Hey friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Ken Smith, just an old guy having fun with trains. Today I'm in a small little suburb just north, I guess, of Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm over here in this shared marketplace is the home of Blue Ox Trains. And you're gonna be in for a royal treat because this place is a gold mine for used stuff as well as new stuff in multiple scales. So let's go inside and check things out. Steve, this is absolutely a fantastic place. I don't know that I've ever been in a place like this that has such quality used stuff. Yeah, I mean, obviously you've got the new stuff, but it's kits and all sorts of stuff. Tell me how you got started.
Well, it kind of by accident.
Okay.
I ran a logging company for 30 years, and I owned a logging company, and I shut it down in 2008.
Okay.
Ran across a box of old N-gauge trains I bought when I was a teenager. And never did anything with them. I just took every paycheck to the bank on when I made money, or took it to the toy train show. Okay.
So you spent all your money on trains, is what you're saying?
Yeah, when I was a teenager, I spent all my money on trains.
Okay.
I never set up a layout, so I had all this new N-scale stuff, and I said, I'm never going to model N-scale, so I just started selling it on eBay. Bought a few more trains at garage sales, sold them, and it kind of turned into a business by accident.
Oh, wow. So have you ever built that layout?
Well, that one up there.
Okay, and that's the one on display. You've obviously built.
I love scratch building.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's seriously museum quality stuff. It really is amazing. I'm excited to share that with the viewers because the lean over barn, and I mean it's just amazing. It's all stick by stick.
Rod Stewart was in here a couple of months ago.
Okay.
He loved that barn.
Yeah.
He wanted the barn. I wouldn't let him have it, even though he was Rod Stewart.
So you turned Rod Stewart down. That's amazing.
I didn't think to tell him, well, give me your address and I'll make you another one.
Yeah. Yeah. But I bet there's still time. So
Yeah.
Rod Stewart's been in here. Anyone else famous been in here?
Not that comes to mind right off.
Okay.
But that was just kind of a shocker. I didn't know he was coming. He just showed up one day with his entourage.
Yeah. Wow. That's incredible. Wow, that's pretty cool. So you have a plethora of stuff in all scales.
Yes.
So you kind of expanded from that N scale, I'm going to sell what I bought, to I'm going to buy some more and sell that. I'm going to buy some more and sell that. But you mentioned that you were in logging, and I love that logging train that's on your layout, and our viewers will get a chance to see that as well. But no desire to actually model a full logging layout or anything like that, huh?
Not right off. I'm too busy with the store.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't have as much time anymore.
And so you've been at this location for how long?
Since 2008.
Okay. All right. So 2008, you've been here, so that's quite a few years.
Yeah.
And it obviously you sell online because that's how I found you, was online.
Mm-hmm.
How's your online business doing?
We don't do as much online anymore. I kind of backed away from that.
Okay. So a lot of in-person stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walk-in traffic. We have people from all over the southeast come in.
Okay.
There's no other train stores in their area. They just come see us.
Yeah, this is just, well, I can see why. So you have, tell me a little bit about your inventory and just how expansive that is. You've got stuff that's $5. You've got stuff that's $1,500, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, one end to the other. Brand new stuff, old stuff. We do a lot of consignment, so we get in a lot of nice collections. That's where we get a lot of the brass from. And people either downsizing or passing away, or having to move to a smaller place and sell all their trains.
Sure.
So
Sure.
we're the outlet for them.
So I noticed that in the back room over here, this back corner, which a lot of our viewers will get a chance to see, there's a lot of what looks like Craftsman kits that were assembled as well.
Yes.
And is that part of those collections that you end up
Yes.
buying?
Mhm.
Okay. And then, so do you take stuff like that on consignment as well?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Wow. That's amazing. So how do you, it looks like you've got barcodes and stuff like that. Does that help kind of,
Yes.
sort
definitely.
things out in inventory as well?
Our point of sale system is excellent. So when we barcode something, it knows exactly which consignor it goes to.
Yeah.
So checks get cut, they get a check.
Wow.
Or some people use it for store credit because
Yeah.
they're still modeling,
Okay.
just
So you'll-
changing things.
Yeah. So you'll take store credit as well. That's great to hear because I haven't heard that since the 90s.
Yeah. Well, our system's excellent with it. Does a great job. Keeps a lot of confusion away.
Sure. So do you do any local train shows on the weekend, or are you strictly here?
Not anymore because I am open Saturdays.
Okay.
And I used to do the Piedmont Division train shows, but I just hadn't in the past few years.
Right. Yeah. You've been so busy here.
It's hard to get away from here.
Right. Yeah. So what's the, do you have any plans for the future for expansion, or what are you thinking about for the future?
Not really. I mean, we're always expanding.
Yeah.
But no big expansions.
Right. Okay. Well, that's awesome. Steve, thank you so much for just sharing a few minutes of your history. We're going to let our viewers see what's going on and in your store. It's super, super incredible, and I look forward to sharing that with them. So again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Before we get back to the video, I want to show you something I think you'll appreciate. This is my book titled A Life Spent Chasing Trains, and it's a photographic collection of trains I have photographed in America. Over 260 photographs, so it's a pictorial book. Amazon link is in the description. Go check it out and see some of the sample pages I have there. All right, let's get back to the video. What if one of the best model train shops isn't perfectly organized at all, but instead feels like a treasure hunt where every aisle holds something special and unexpected? There's something different about a shop like this the moment you walk in. It's not laid out like a big box store. There's no clean-cut sections, no obvious paths to follow, but instead it feels more like stepping into a working collection, a place where every shelf has a story and every aisle invites you to slow down and look a little closer. Blue Ox Trains in Roswell, Georgia isn't about mass-produced, shrink-wrapped sameness. It's about the hunt, the kind of place where you don't just shop, you explore. As you move down these aisles, one thing becomes immediately clear. This is a shop built around experience, not just inventory. This shop carries just about everything. You'll see G-scale towering over everything else in places. Big, bold, and built for presence. The kind of trains that were made to run outdoors, to wind through gardens and landscapes. Even sitting still on these shelves, they feel substantial. You can imagine them out in the sun, pulling long consists through carefully crafted outdoor garden scenery. Then just a few steps away, you shift down into an O-scale section. Classic, timeless. And for a lot of people, me included, this is where the memories began and still live. The size, the weight, the sound, they all carry a kind of nostalgia that's kind of hard to replicate. You can almost hear the hum of a transformer and the click of wheels on track just looking at them. And then there's HO scale, probably the backbone of the hobby for generations. It strikes the balance between detail and space, big enough to appreciate, small enough to build an entire world. Locomotives, freight cars, passenger sets, row after row of them. You'll find them here, each one representing a different railroad, a different era, a different story. And tucked in between all of that is N-Scale. Smaller, more compact, but no less impressive. In fact, in many ways, it's the most surprising. The level of detail packed into something that fits in the palm of your hand. It's a reminder of just how far this hobby has come. But what really stands out here isn't just the scales, it's the mix. There's no strict organization forcing everything into perfectly neat categories. Instead, every aisle feels like a cross-section of the hobby itself. You might see a carefully weathered locomotive sitting just above a row of pristine passenger cars. Across from that, a shelf full of assembled buildings, everything from small town depots to industrial structures, each one ready to drop into a layout and bring it to life instantly. That's part of the appeal of a place like this. You're not just buying pieces, you're finding possibilities. Some of these items have clearly been part of layouts before. You can see it in the details, the subtle weathering, the slight variations, the character that only comes with time. These aren't just products. They've already been on a layout and had life somewhere else, and now they're waiting for the next chapter, and that's you. And that's where the magic really is, because every model railroader sees something different when they walk through a shop like this. One person might be looking for a specific locomotive to complete their roster. Someone else might be searching for the one building that finally ties their scene all together. And then there are those who don't know what they're looking for until they see it. That's the kind of place Blue Ox Trains is. As you keep moving, the variety just keeps unfolding. Rolling stock in every direction, boxcars, tank cars, hoppers, cabooses, each one tied to a different railroad, a different piece of history. Some familiar names jump out immediately, others are a little more obscure, the kind that make you stop and take a second look. There's a rhythm to it. Shelf after shelf, aisle after aisle, you start to notice patterns, but then something unexpected catches your eye and breaks it again. And that's what keeps you moving. The assembled structures are another highlight, but the real highlight is looking at some of these barns and buildings that look like they're getting ready to fall over. They're actually built by the owner, and unfortunately, they're only on display. He won't sell them. But for the other buildings, for anyone who's ever spent hours building kits, there's a real appreciation for seeing these completed pieces lined up and ready to go. Weathered brick, detailed rooftops, tiny signs and fixtures. It's all there. Each one is like a snapshot of a larger world, just waiting to be placed into the right scene. And for someone building or expanding a layout, that can be a huge advantage. Instead of starting from scratch, you can find something that already has character, already tells a story. There's also something to be said for the used side of the hobby. It brings a different kind of depth. New items are great, but used pieces, they come with history. Sometimes it's visible, sometimes it's not, but it is there. And in a shop like this, the history is part of the experience. You're not just picking something off a shelf, you're continuing a story that started somewhere else, by someone else.
Steve's modeling skills are truly incredible. I think he could easily run with the best of the best. As you look at his small layout that he has operating, take a good look at the logging train. Steve Scratch built every car of that train. Now, I don't know about you, but I modeled an ON30 logging layout 2 decades ago, and this certainly rekindled my desire to build another one. You never know, but one just might be in my future. While the trains themselves had no sound systems, it certainly did not take away at how fantastic everything looked.
As I continued to navigate my way around every nook and cranny in this shop, I saw things that reminded me of my childhood. A battery-operated locomotive sitting on the top of a bookcase that was pictured earlier in this video is just one of many examples. It just reminded me of how important stores like this are. In many regards, they are just as rare as the items that they are selling. Steve told me that his most faithful employee has never missed a day of work. While I cannot vouch for that, I felt his employee, affectionately called Loco, was a bit of a high-pressured salesman. I'll let you be the judge of that. As the aisles keep going, you begin to realize just how much inventory is packed into the space. Every corner, every shelf, every display, it's all utilized. There's no wasted space here. And because of that, there's always something new to notice, even if you've already walked past it once. It's the kind of place where a quick visit can easily turn into an hour, or 2, or 3. You tell yourself you're just going to take a quick look, but then something catches your eye, and then something else, and then something else. And before you know it, you're halfway across the store, completely immersed in the search. The sense of discovery is getting harder to find these days. So many retail spaces are designed for efficiency. Get in, find what you need, and get out. This isn't that place. This is a place where taking your time is part of the experience. And maybe that's why shops like Blue Ox Trains still matter so much in the hobby. They offer something you just can't replicate online. You can scroll through listings all day long, but it's not the same as standing in front of a shelf, seeing something in person, and realizing that's exactly what you've been looking for. Or maybe it's something you didn't even know you needed until that moment. And as you move towards the end of one aisle and into the next, the feeling stays the same. But the details keep changing. Different items, different scales, different eras, but all connected by the same thread: craftsmanship, history, and imagination. And that's really what this hobby is all about. It's not just trains, it's storytelling. Every locomotive has a route, every freight car has a purpose, every building has a place in a larger world that someone has taken the time to create. And places like this, they help make those worlds possible. So whether you come in with a specific goal or just a curiosity to see what's here, one thing is certain: you're going to find something that grabs your attention, something that makes you stop, something that makes you imagine what it could become as part of your own layout. And maybe that brings us back to the question we started with. What if the best model train shops isn't perfectly organized at all, but instead feels like a treasure hunt? And walking these aisles, it's not too hard to think. Maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what makes a place like Blue Ox Trains so special. I hope you enjoyed today's video. As a reminder, check the link in the description for my book. Have a wonderful day, and you all be blessed.